everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Sadie. Today I created this whole look using all of Decay cosmetics. I just really fancy doing a whole entire look of Decay cosmetics. People know I do work for the company. I only am a counter manager, so I'm nothing humongous in the company. But I just thought, to be honest with you, Decay is the only brand I own which I have a full face of makeup of. So I just thought it'd be nice and simple to show you what I like, to show you, if you haven't tried the brand before, what you feel about it. But yeah, what was that? So yeah, if you want to know how I done this whole entire look, then keep on watching. I look absolutely horrendous. I look minging. I had a massive, that actually got a bit of concealer on, a massive mountain that decided to join me the other night. But it's because I've been eating like an absolute pig, so that's why. So yeah, I'm really excited to do this video. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, since starting my YouTube channel. I need to stop doing this. I'm noticing I'm doing that because I'm trying to see if I'm in camera or whatever. But yeah, I've been dying to do this just because my mainly face I use is Decay Cosmetics. I have bought more stuff to try and get out of it, but I do work for the brand. I do own a lot of their products, so a lot of what I use is Decay. So I just thought, why not do a full face of Decay products? Why not? I really fancy something grungy and smoky yet again. So let's just dive in. So the first thing I'm going to do is my brows. They do have a brow finish, which is obviously like a setting, what are they called? Setting brow gel. But I gotta be honest, I'm not a humongous fan of it. I mean, it works. What's great is that one side is like shorter, so it's a lot more thicker in product, so it's really good for like the front. And then you've got a longer edge side, which is good for the rest of the brow, which doesn't deposit as much product. But I mean, I like it, but I love my Subversion. Even though this isn't a brow product, it's just phenomenal for holding my brows there. But of course, for Subversion, you'd have to do first thing, because it is a lash primer. It's white. You can't do it after you do your brows. So I'm going to use this one. So what I'm going to do is just brush them upwards. Get a decent amount of product in there. Then I'm going to get my brow brush and press them on. I have got a YouTube video of how I do my brows. I'm slightly going to do it different, but I'm not. I'm just going to use a different product. Normally I go in with a brow gel, which isn't Urban, but I find it like, just because it's quick and easy, because it's a gel, and obviously Urban don't do brow gels. But I'm actually going to use an Urban brow product, which I still love, there's nothing wrong with it, but I mean, it takes so bloody long doing my makeup. I don't want to have an extra step, which is going to take longer, but I don't mind doing it for the video. I don't mind doing it for the video. I actually like it, it's more natural, and I'll explain why in a minute. So, by the way, I'm just going to do one brow, do the other side off camera because I got lost. So I'm going to then take my brow blade in Cafe Kitty, which obviously one side has a really nice fine felt tip pen, the other side has a pencil. Pencil doesn't work for me, but this side does of the felt. So I am just going to draw on some lines. So I'm just creating false hair strokes. I don't have much brow. I mean, I've got a decent amount of brow, but this just makes it like 3D. You can have them as fine as you want, like a microbladed effect. It's a phenomenal product. It's been an absolute lifesaver for me. And I'm quite scruffy because I clean up anyway, so mind, go a bit longer here. Let's go scruffy. Stop looking in the mirror, god damn it. So, the different product, like I said, I normally actually go in with my Avon brow gel, but actually I'm going to go in with Urban Decay Double Down Brow. So this is actually a mousse powder slash formula. It obviously has the brush, and I think it comes with tweezers. Or does it? No, I don't think it does actually. Can't remember. So obviously you've got two sides, so you can use this dry or wet. So you put setting spray in it and it turns back into like a pomade mousse, but it dries down back, so you don't have to like scrape the excess off the top because it hardens. This is brilliant because obviously I haven't got much brow. when I have used it, I can literally create on like a full-on dramatic brow, or I can have it really natural. So what I like to do is, I get my setting spray and I literally just spray, so you can see, some of it on the top, just so it sits there, it's just not going anywhere. And then I get my little brush and I dip that in the setting spray, and I go in with both colours. So I go in with a lighter colour first and I go in with a more orangier. This one is Ginger Snap. Like I said, I don't know if you've all watched my other video where I find it really weird that Ginger Snap in the brow blade doesn't suit me, but it does in the powder. Oh well, so I'm literally just going to brush this sort of like exactly how I do it with the brow gel. I'm just using an Decay one. So I'll start at the bottom and then I push the product upwards, just so it fills it in a little bit more. Okay, nice, quick and easy. Oh, I couldn't say that right, could I? Nice, quick, simple and easy. So like I said, if I wanted to add a little bit more here after I've cleaned it up, I'll just go back in with a brow blade. So to clean up underneath my brows, I am going to use the Stay Naked Concealer. It's just really nice to use under the brows, but I will only just use it just under the brows. So I'll pop a little bit of this on. Oh my god, I'm dropped it. Just that amount. Then I'm going to go in with my, as usual, Morphe S30. I'm just going to carve out underneath. Then once I've carved out that shape, I'm just going to go in with a Dome Concealer brush and just blend that out. So, I don't use concealer as an eye base, only because concealers are not gel based, that's what I meant to say. Eye primers are, so eye primers stop oil coming through, with concealers don't. So that's why concealers normally tend to crease, because these are actually meant to block out oil, especially in the shade Eden. So this is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. It is made for oily eyelids, but I mean, I use it just because I love, because it has that skin tone colour, so it does block out my colour. Block out my colour. It does block out my redness on my eyes, because I do have quite red eyes. So I'm just going to dab a bit on. I'm going to chuck this all over the lid. So I'm just going to quickly do the other eyebrow and eye off camera, and I shall be back in a moment. Oh bloody hell. Okay, both brows are done, both eyes are primed, so let's go in with eyeshadow. So the actual palette I'm going to use today is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I was looking at, I own nearly, well not nearly everyone, but I own a lot of Urban Decay palettes. Obviously the thing with Urban Decay is that unfortunately they bring them out and then they get rid of them, which makes me sad, but they do, it's just what happens. But I thought, looking, and I know I got my naked palettes over, but I thought, what is probably like the most diverse palette everyone can use, has almost everything in it. Because the thing is with Urban Decay palettes, especially the naked, they're very tone, what's the word, they stick to a tone. So cherry is like pink, honey's gold, they've just got their tones, where the Born to Run palette has a bit of everything. So you've got your neutrals, you've got like your jewel shades, you've got your smoky, you've got your pops of colour. It's just an all around beautiful palette. So I thought I'm going to use this one. And I'm also going to go in with the Moondust palette, which is, try not to break that, the Moondust shadows in a palette. They're not singles except for Lithium. I think Lithium's just come back out as singles. So these you can only buy in the palette so far, as far as I know. All of these though, which are singles as well. And there's one I was going to use, I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, Zodiac, I should remember that. Which is this one as well. I might delve into the palette or this one, because they've got a bright green, but I think I'm going to stick to this one. But we'll see when we get there. So, What am I doing? What am I doing? So I'm actually just going to grab an Urban Decay brush. This is like from the Naked 3. This is like just a double-ended brush. I'm going to take this side and I'm going to go in with the shade Punk, which is this beautiful neutral deep dark brown. And I'm going to grab this and I'm going to put it in my normal shape that I like to do. So we're going to wing it out as per usual. So I'm going to stamp this in like a triangular shape. I love using this palette. Although there is like a couple of shades in here which don't blow me away, and that is actually mainly the pinkier tone ones, Wild Heart and Hell Ride. I just don't feel like they perform as good, to be honest with you. Sounds bad, but gotta be honest, eh? So as you can see, I put it in my outer corner, put a little bit here, and I'm going to go all the way in to my inner corner as well. I really want to smoke this out as well, so. Yeah, that's roughly the shape I'm going to have, and then with the same brush I'm just going to very gently blend out the edges with it. I'm really sorry if you can hear any background noise again. Neighbours are in the gardens. I've got Dan on his Xbox, so you might be hearing him talking to his friends, so I do apologise. Yes. So now I'm going to go in with a bit more of a fluffier brush. I think I'm going to take, what am I going to take? I think of all the brushes I have, I can never choose what I actually want to bloody use. Do I want to use this one? Yeah, I'm going to go in with the Morphe R39 brush, and I'm going to take the shade Riff, which is this beautiful, neutral, still warmish brown, just perfect transition shade. So, good luck with that. I'm going to go around the edges with it. What is everyone's favourite Urban Decay product? If you have one, what's your least favourite Urban Decay product? I don't know if I actually have one. That sounds terrible, but I do generally like almost use every single thing from this brand. What haven't I liked? Oh, I'd actually say I'm not a huge fan of the Troublemaker mascara, but that's about it, to be honest with you. Don't know where else. Okay, I'm loving how that's looking so far. So I'm just going to get a really fluffier brush. I'm going to use my, I think it's the Zoeva one, isn't it? Zoeva Luxe Define Crease Brush. Is a really, really nice, sparse, fluffy one. And I'm going to go in the shade Weekender, which is a very, very pale, neutral nude brown to go in your transition crease area as well. But I'm going to put that on the very outer part just so it blends that Riff shade. Pardon me. Just so it's nice and diffused, because you can't really 100% see that Weekender shade. Okay, cool. I'm just going to pick up a small brush, which I normally use in my highlight areas. This is Zoeva Detail Shader. And I'm going to go in with the shade Breakaway, which is like a, it's not matte, but it is like a sheer formula. And it's obviously like a nice bone colour. So I'm just going to pop that on my brow bone. I don't actually normally put stuff on my brow bone just because I use the shade Eden in the eye primer, that I feel like it gives me a nice natural brow bone colour anyway, but I do like to add it occasionally when I fancy that little bit more of a pop. So this wasn't anything that was going to be very tidy or neat, by the way. So actually Anyway, what I'm going to do now is grab the shade Wanderlust, which is this beautiful dual tone green. Oh, just heaven. I was going to go in the blue, but I just want the green. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just obsessed with greens at the moment. I need to just try and veer away from it, but I am going to use it. I'm actually going to take a moon dust brush from Urban Decay. Am I going to spray it? It doesn't need to be sprayed, but I'm going to spray the brush anyway. Just so the shimmer doesn't fall down my face. And I'm just going to pop that here. I didn't cut my crease or anything, like I said. I didn't care about it being lighter on the lid. I'm sort of going to bring it right up to my crease as well, just so it has a nice, like, fade. I'm just going to go back in with that punk shade and blend it all in. I'm just going to very lightly get a small brush. It's just a really cheap 4-line brush. It's very small. I'm just going to blend in that edge here in the front. But you can see like that obvious mark of where I've put the eyeshadow. Actually, I'm going to get a bit more punk and put it closer down here as well. Okay. Thing is, I think if I went in with a shade, is it light here? It's going to be too light, which is obviously the green in this palette. Sorry for blinding you. It's just going to take away from that smoky. Good. Yeah, I'm going to go in with the shade Zodiac. You can use these with brushes. You can use it wet on the brush, but I just find it easier with your finger. I mean, like obviously, if you're putting it in a very detailed area, the moon dust brush was made for them, so you can put it on. But I'm literally just going to chuck this on where I put it. Oh, it's just so pretty. It just transforms any eyeshadow. So basically the moon dusts have micro fine 3D glitters, so you can't feel them or anything on the skin. They're just so soft, but they just add a sparkle. Oh, they are just heaven. I've sort of added it into my crease a little bit. I'm going to brush a little bit away, just it's a bit more diffused. It's not so much of like a sharp line with them. So I'm just wipe that on my trousers, that's what I do. Just going to go back in with that brush I used for Riff and just slowly get away those glitters that I didn't want. Even the thing is with glitter, you can't sort of get rid of it. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to carry on with the bottom. So exactly the same, just going to put punk underneath my lash line. Who knows? Right, I'm just going to take actually that brush I used just to blend in that inner corner, I'm going to use for the shade Riff. Just because my eyes don't take very well underneath. They always like crease or don't stick even though I've got an eye primer on it. They're just so dry underneath that it's rubbish. Just drying those up together as well. Just going to go back in with that Weekend shade on that really fluffy brush and just go underneath. It's all a little bit back and forth for me. And yeah, obviously be wary that you will have glitter on your face and you will have to wipe it. Right, I'm going to take the 247 pencil shade and Perversion, which is the black. They do loads of blacks, but like this is like the ultimate black. It's like, well, it's insane. It's such a beautiful black. It's the best black I've ever used. So I'm going to pop that on my waterline. I think I'm going to put it in my lash line and just smudge it out a little bit at the bottom. Not too crazy, but just a little bit. And I'm going to take a separate brush for that because I don't want to get them all muddled up. So this is a Morphe brush from like the Rose Gold collection. Literally going to smudge underneath. Then I'm just going to take the shade Punk again on this brush just to blend out the bottom of that black. Sorry, I got my mirror in my face again just because I have to concentrate doing it. Yeah, I think I'm going to put black in the top. So actually what I'm going to do is, what brushes am I going to use for this bit? I can't remember. So I'm actually going to put the version on the top. I'm a bit backwards with this, but never mind. So I'm just going to do a line. I'm just going to do it bit by bit. I'm not going to go all the way just because even though you get a bit of play time with them, they still dry down. So I am just going to smoke this out a little bit. The actual brush I used to smoke it black, I'm going to go in with the shade Jet, which is the black in the palette. And I'm going to press that over, blend it in a little bit. But I don't want black in the actual crease area. I just want it on the lid. So mascara, I'm actually going to go in with, even though it's not going to make much of a difference because I'm going to put a lash on anyway, is Perversion. Literally like the only mascara I use. Okay, so mascara's on. What should I do? Should I put a lash on and then... No, I'll put the lash on afterwards. So I am just going to quickly mirror this side and I shall be back. Oh, inner corner highlight. What are we going to do for that? That's alright. I think I'm going to add distortion. I think I'm just going to put that breakaway shade as my inner corner highlight. I think I'm just going to add then glitter liner, which is my absolute favourite product from Decay, and I'm going to pop that. Oh no! I'm going to pop that in my inner corner just to add that. You know, it's all glittery. I mean, you can't have too much glitter, right? Nice. So I'm just going to do the other eye quickly, then we'll come back and put lashes on, and we shall do base. So be back in a bit. Okay, I've got eyes all done. I did put my lashes on. I just used my Girls With Attitude Merbabe. Yeah, Merbabe lashes, because they're nice and cat eye, which is what I wanted to go for. So, base. I did put moisturiser on. I actually did use an Urban Decay one, but they discontinued it, so that's why I didn't show it. So, primer I'm going to go in with Optical Illusion. So I'm literally just going to put a whole pump on my face, because that's how much I'd use anyway. Spread it all over. Probably didn't actually need that much. But that's what I actually like about this one, is that it's a nice pore filling one. But in my personal opinion, it feels so much better than Professional. Going with the Decay Stay Naked foundation, I use the shade 11NN. So I'm literally just going to put a pump of that on my face. And I'm going to dot this everywhere. This looks a little bit mental. I actually do use a Decay brush for my foundation. It's the Optical Illusion brush. So this gives like a nice medium coverage as well. I hope you can see me. The great thing about this brush is that if you dab it, it acts like a sponge. Okay, so then I'm going to go in with the actual concealer as well. I like this one because you can have it light to full coverage as well. Literally the only thing I'm not actually going to be using Urban Decay in this video is my lashes, and I'm just going to use RCMA powder just to set underneath my eyes. So yeah, then obviously the next thing I'm going to do, just big powder brush, and I'm going to take my Urban Decay All Night powder and I'm going to push that into my skin. Give it a buff round as well. I like to push it in mainly more than anything. Right, now that I've got the powder laid down, I'm just going to go back over with that Rift shade. The contour I'm going to go in with is the Urban Decay Shapeshifter palette. I'm going to use the powder side. Obviously I'm going to use second down shade here, which is like the most perfect cool tone shade I've ever found for me, and I think unfortunately they have discontinued this palette. It's such a nice palette as well. So bronzer, I'm not going to take the bronzer that's in that palette. I'm going to take the Beach Bronzer in Sunkissed. Because they haven't discontinued this, and I actually do generally like it. So I'm just going to take an angled brush. Don't be afraid, I like to use a lot of bronzer. Then grab a bit and put it on the end of my nose. I don't really like properly focused contour on my nose, so just don't care about it. I do like to warm it up, so I'll just go up and down the brush. Doesn't really bother me. And then on my cheekbones, I'll sort of go into like this sort of shape. I'll sort of join it all together. Oh god, my nose is itching. If I feel like I've gone a bit too heavy, I'll just get my powder brush and I'll let you just brush under there. So highlighter, I'm going to take my Morphe Y14 brush, which looks like this. I'm going to take the highlight shade that's out of the Shapeshifter palette. And obviously highlight my areas such as cheekbones. Right, so as you can see, that looks that. As soon as I turn my face, my camera goes all funny. So blush, unfortunately they have discontinued the Naked Original palettes. As you can see, this is the Naked Original one, and I have used Nubia's bronzer because I used to love it. I've used this tons as well, but it doesn't even look like it. So I'm just going to take this blusher. I haven't got the new threesomes, but I will soon. So I will start using them because I love the blush because it's got the same one. Right. And then I'm just going to get my All Night setting spray, shake it, give my face a good spritz. Lock it in, absolute godsend. If you haven't tried the All Night setting spray, you are missing out on something because your makeup does not budge at all. And when it's dries, I'll go back in with a bit more bronzer. So I feel like any bronzer that goes on my face loses its colour a little bit. As soon as I put any sort of setting spray on, I just feel like it fades, so I have to top up a little bit more, especially taking photos, because I do only have an LED ring light and it is quite stark, so being pale, it's hard to sort of see all the warmth and bronzeness. I'm a bit distracted because it looks like it's going to hammer down. Oh god. And if it hammers down, I'm in a conservatory, so you can hear. I'll have to stop, but I'm almost done anyway, so we're fine. Okay, so for lips, I'm going to go in with Start Naked lip pencil. I'm just going to line my lips. Oh god. Okay, now that I've lined my lips, I'm going to go in with the lipstick called Uptight, which is this beautiful nude. I think I'm going to put a gloss on as well. This is the Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine Lip Gloss in Midnight Cowgirl. There you have it, guys. What do you think? I personally love how it's all come out. I definitely don't use this as much as I should. It's such an underrated palette. It's just because I normally go into like more of the honey because I do love my golds, but I mean, especially having more of these now, I'm definitely going to keep on playing with them because I love the moon dust. It's just so pretty. It's not coming off. Oh my god, my eyelashes are literally hanging off. No. Stick down for the photos, come on. There you go. The dilemma's done. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you a little bit more insight of Decay products if you've never tried them before. This is no way me promoting the brand or nothing like that. I just generally love these products. So I just thought, to be honest with you, I don't really have a full face of anything else. No, I don't. Yeah, this is literally like a full face of everything. I only have Urban Decay. I mean, like I've got foundations, whatever, I just use, you know. I don't know if you understand any word I just said. I meant to say, obviously, as you know, I use like Makeup Revolution and stuff like that, but I just don't have a full face of absolutely everything. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give me a big thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel. It'd help me out a lot. I'd really appreciate it. I feel like this eyelash is still hanging off. So yeah, if you really enjoyed this video, give me a comment on anything down below, what you'd like to see from me. I don't know, just anything, criticism, what you liked, what you didn't like, what I should do, blah blah blah. So yeah, just let me know. Like I said, please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram as well, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.